1, 2, get down. It's time. This could be like card of the year. It's time. It sucks that Marv Zar's not there, but it's time to give my UFC Abu Dhabi on ABC. Robert Whittaker versus Renner the Ritter predictions and best bets. Look, last card, it was great until it wasn't. I went 8-6 on picks, and 5 of those 6 losses, I got every single fight on the main card wrong. I feel like a lot of people were in that boat with me, but I got every single one wrong. Let's break down these fights. Let's just go ahead and run through it. Martin Buday versus Marcus Buchecha. Look, Martin Buday. I believe he fought, what was it, Andrei Arlovsky. I want to say that was International Fight Week. I can't remember. He's well-rounded. He could do a little bit of everything, but he's not really good at anything. You know, and his style is to really hold you up against the fence and kind of muck it up a little bit. Marcus is a really good wrestler, really good grappler. So I don't think Martin's going to be able to be comfortable in the clinch and rest against the fence. I think this guy's going to come out here, put him on his back, ride him out, and maybe even submit him. Martin Buday, he can strike, but he's kind of slow. Not a lot of power in the hands. Split decision with Andrei Arlovsky. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Destroyed by Shamil Gaziev. I'm going to be picking Marcus Buchecha in low confidence. Best bet for this, I don't even know. Best bet for this is to stay away. Moving on, we got Muhammad Yahya versus Stephen Nguyen. I don't know what the odds are going to be for this fight, but I reckon Steve is going to be a big favorite. Muhammad Yahya is just not UFC level. He's not. He's kind of tough, but he gets lit up. He tries to wrestle, but he's not great at it. The unanimous decision against Trevor Peak. Fernandez KOs him. He's kind of a punching bag on the feet. He wants to kind of grab you, but he's not really great at doing that either. I just don't see how he's going to be able to stop Steven from taking him down and grinding him out. Muhammad Yahya, his takedown defense is not great. I think Steven's going to take him down, grind him out, ground and pound, maybe submit him. I think the clear pick is Steven, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's a big favorite. If he's not a big favorite, jump on him quick. I'm going to go submission. I'm going to go Steven to find a submission. Round 2, maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe decision. Muhammad can take his beating. I'm going to go decision. Muhammad to take a beating. I think best bet over 1.5. Steven moneyline, if it's good, if it's great, parlay piece, should be a pretty clear win for Steven. Now we got Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elekana. This was a tough one. This was a tough one because I picked against Ibo in his last fight. Hey, I picked Iron Kutalaba. Pat myself on the back. Ibo's not really that good. It's just big power. You know, a lot of holes in his game, but he has big power to make up for it. If he lands, he's going to hurt you. You saw Billy against Baldan Guskov. He was able to take some shots from Baldan Guskov, get the fight to the ground. And I think that's the exact same game plan. He's probably a big underdog. I don't know. Plus 210. I think that's the same mark he's going to take with Ibo Aslan. Ibo Aslan swings big, wild shots. I think that'll make it easy for Billy to be able to level change and find a submission. Similar to how Iron Kutalaba. Find a submission after Ibo gasses, tired of that wrestling pace, tired of the transitions, tired of denying. I think Billy passes his guard, finds an arm triangle, maybe beats him up a little bit, takes his back, finds a rear naked choke. Going Billy Elekana as the underdog. Tabitha Ricci versus Amanda Ribas. This is a tough one for me as well because Amanda Ribas, I just think she's so much better than what her record shows. I think she's so much better than what she shows in the cage. I mean, the ground game she's playing, like a bad game plan against Mackenzie Dern. A really bad game plan against Mackenzie Dern. Comes up there against Rose Namajunas, gets styled on, but Rose Namajunas it's Thug Rose. It's a certain level of fighter that she beats and she schools. She got schooled. Gets TKO by Macy Barber, and I want to say Amanda Ribas is just really good on the ground because I feel like she is, but she's getting beat there, you know? Baby Shark. Maybe if this was a year ago, I'll feel a little better picking Baby Shark. But the thing with her is, I think she's falling too much in love with her hands. And they're not that good. Not a lot of power. They're getting better. They're getting better from fight to fight. I can clearly see that except for her last loss. I mean, Yan Zhanan, it's just levels to this shit. But they're getting better. They're getting crisper, but it's not a lot of pop. Not a lot of speed. It's a bunch of nothing shots in kind of volume. Where back in the day, she used to try to impose her will, be physical, kind of tank through shots and grab girls and throw them to the ground or hold them against the fence if she can't trip them on the ground because her takedowns aren't that great either. I got to pick Amanda Ribas. If Tabitha comes out here trying to, strike with me, I feel like Amanda Ribas is going to be the better striker. with Tabitha Ricci not being as polished on her feet, and it's a lot of volume, but it's at range, out of range, shadow boxing at range type of striking. And I feel like if she tries to come in here and just impose a win and hold Amanda Ribas against the clinch, I think Amanda Ribas is going to be able to reverse, trip, get on top, and find success. I do think this goes to the decision. Baby Shark is a tough girl. Really, really tough girl. I mean, the beating she took against Yang Jianan shows how tough she is. She could be in danger of getting submitted if Amanda Ribas trips her. Ends up on top, goes mount. But I think Amanda Ribas is the right side here. If she loses another one, I don't know, man. I just can't ride with her no more. Moving on, we got Blackshear versus David Grant. Good fight. Really good fight. And this one's tough because Blackshear is going to be taller, going to be longer. Good wrestler. But he fades. He slows down in fights. And when he's on the feet, he has really, really good kicks. Blasting kicks. Pow. Pow. At range. But in those fights, like whenever he's trying to strike and kind of be entertaining, in those fights, I mean, as they go along, he fades and he tries to find points to rest. In his last fight against that guy, Alatang, is he the Mongolian Nightmare, the Mongolian Devil? Is he even Mongolian? I'm going to shut up now. But I feel like in that fight, he tried to find a lot of opportunities to rest. David Grant is a guy you can't rest against because it's volume, it's pressure, it's moving in, it's boxing combinations, it's body, head, it's moving, head off a center line. Busy. Old guy, but a lot of cardio in the tank. Much more cardio than Blackshear. I think Blackshear needs to get his hands on this guy and wrestle him. And I think Blackshear is going to have to put this guy away. Because as the fight goes on, Damon's going to slow down and Davies is going to pour it on. And it's a tough fight to pick. I'm going to pick Blackshear because he can be, even without a finish, in the first round, he's going to be competitive. He's really good in the first round. Really, really good in the first round. I can see him taking the first round. Second round, it could get tricky. David Grant start pouring things on, but Blackshear has more finishing upside, I feel. Whether it is a kick or a punch upstairs that hurts him, or a submission or the wrestling, I feel like he has more of a finishing upside, so I think it's going to be close. I think he's going to go to distance. I think it's going to be a split. And picking Blackshear. Tough one, though. Really, really tough one. Moving on, we got Carlos Leal versus Muslim Salikhov, and I can see this fight going multiple ways. Muslim just outclassing Carlos. You know, lateral, not letting Carlos get him against fist. Because Carlos doesn't necessarily cut the cage off. Kind of just walks forward and then just smothers you. So if he's not cutting the cage off against Muslim's lateral, and he's lateral, he could kind of school Carlos Leal. But Carlos Leal, this fight where he won, he beat Renat Fakhtatinov, he had unlimited cardio. This fight, he comes out and just imposes his will and just says, I'm more of a man than you, to Alex Morono. And he was on the sauce in this fight, no doubt about it. But it's this fight to where I don't know what the cardio looks like. I mean, you sprinted, hard sprinting. You got him out of there in the first round. I want to say, I don't know what you look like in the second and third round. I don't. And that's why I'm struggling to just go ahead. I see a lot of people, Carlos Leal is going to be able to cut the cage off. He's going to be able to smother Muslim. And I don't know, because he kind of just, he doesn't mirror guys. He follows guys around the cage. And then once he gets you there and he's barraging and now you're covering up, I don't know. We know this guy has wrestling. He was on the sauce, but we've seen him wrestle. We've seen he's strong. He imposes his will. We've seen he's tough. But against Alex Morono, I don't know. He was off the sauce. He had to be off the sauce. He didn't fail the drug test. Where I seen Muslim Salikhov against Song Kanan, he looked much faster than Kanan Song. Spinning wheel kick, beautiful KO. You know, did the grit down with Santiago Ponzinibbio. Won a split decision. I think Muslim can come in here and surprise a lot of people. I'm going to pick Carlos Leal because he does just impose his will. Muslim's 41 years old. I don't know how Will's going to be able to take the big bombs. Carlos is going to big bombs. And Muslim's hands down kind of karate style, you know, he can be there to be hit if you press him up against the fence. I'm going to pick Carlos Leal. I'm not very, very confident, but I feel like if Leal does win, it's probably a finish from imposing his will. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to go Leal decision because I could see him coming out heavy first round and beating Muslim Salikhov in that round, but not landing all of his strikes and kind of hurting him here or putting him in trouble here. But Muslim's moving, and then Carlos maybe sprinted too hard and he starts to slow down and it's more competitive because Leal's still too tough and he's just grabbing Muslim and he's kind of ragdolling him a little bit. I'm going to pick Carlos Leal by decision. Bryce Mitchell, brother, versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. Intriguing matchup. I have to pick Saeed Nurmagomedov via lighter man skill. I think there's going to be a clear speed problem here for Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell, he gets very underestimated on the feet. Good stand-up. You know, he's clean, His boxing clean. I like his kicks. He was pretty fast for the featherweight division. He was kind of faster than a lot of his opponents, unless it was the elite of the elite striker. I mean, the guys, look who he's losing to. KO'd by Ilia Topuria. You know, did okay on the feet with Ilia Topuria. Gets submitted. Nasty KO by Josh Emmett. And then Gene Silva was kind of styling on him a little bit, beating him up. Bryce Mitchell, even though he didn't get finished, he did take a lot of damage, and he gets finished to where now you're draining your body even more, and you're going against a guy who hits hard as fuck, and he's fast as fuck, and a guy that, you know, you put your head in there unintelligently, he'll find the exact same choke Gene Silva found. He'll find that ninja choke. He has a lot of guillotines on his record. You see guillotine. I have to pick Saeed Nurmagomedov. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a submission. Even though if Bryce gets on top, it could be a problem for Saeed. He might be able to keep Saeed on his back. But Saeed, with the footwork and the speed, I think he's going to be able to frustrate Bryce Mitchell and make Bryce Mitchell look a bit desperate in there. Bryce Mitchell can hang tough. But I'm going to pick Saeed Nurmagomedov. I'm picking a lot of decisions, but I'm picking Saeed Nurmagomedov by decision. Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. You know, a lot of people love Nikita Krylov. I can't remember if I picked Dominic Reyes or Nikita Krylov, but I understood it was going to be a very, very interesting fight, and either guy would put the other guy away. When I look at Nikita Krylov, he fought horribly against Dominic Reyes, and I say that because, or whenever he would engage in general, he would engage from a mile away, so far away to where he's legitimately blitzing in full speed, and his first two strikes, he's so far away they don't even land. And his chin's in the air, and he's not defensively sound. And yeah, Bogdan Guskov, we saw him get taken out by Billy Elekana, and he was put in trouble. But he eventually reversed, bit down on the mouthpiece, and got it out a win. I gotta pick Bogdan Guskov. I think he's gonna put Nikita Krylov away in the first round because he has big fucking power. Huge fucking power, and he's not afraid to jump on top after he drops you. Good ground and pound, can't find submissions on top. And Nikita Krylov, whenever he engages, he just does it unintelligently. And against a guy who's going to be fast like Bogdan and hits hard, it's going to be hell to pay if you just unintelligently cross the distance with your chin in the air. Like, rewatch that Dominic Reyes fight. He fought a horrible game plan. Like, the way he fought is not as good as he actually is skill-wise. But he fought a horrible game plan. Hopefully he sees that and he's like, okay, I got to be better when I engage with these guys. Because Bogdan Guskov might be more of a power puncher than Dominic Reyes. So, I think his distant management is just so bad to where Bogdan Guskov's going to be able to catch this guy clean on the chin, and it's going to be there for him to hit over and over and over again. I think he's going to put him away in the first round. Almabayev versus Jose Ochoa. I'm surprised to see Jose Ochoa as the favorite. You know, my shoot-to-box brother, I love Jose Ochoa, one of my favorite flyweights in the world. Beautiful performance against Cody Durden. I don't think I'm comfortable with him being the favorite here because Jose Ochoa he's shoot-to-box. He's all offense. He has really good takedown defense, though. That's the thing. When guys shoot on him, he doesn't go on his back and play the back game. He actually, defends the takedown, stuffs the head, gets the underhook. He's sprawling. Beautiful takedown defense. Super hard to take down. And he has big power in the hands. He's big. He's long. Crazy kicks. He throws cautious to the wind, and he's not very defensively responsible to shoot the box away. And he's a guy that if he lands, he can hurt you. He can put any guy away. I truly feel that. But the thing with Almabayev, he mixes up well. He is defensively sound. He mixes up well. He's fast in his own right. He's pop. He's shooting. Now, in the second to last fight against Mateus Nicolau, I don't know what kind of fight he was fighting. It was ugly. Not ugly, it's just he didn't do anything. It felt like he didn't do anything in that fight. You know, it's decision. Loses to Manel Kopp where he got fouled over and over again. It's fucking bullshit. You know, bounty on Manel Kopp head right now. But I feel like it's going to be too much too soon for my shoot-to-box brother. You know, I'm very biased against shoot-to-box. I always pick shoot-to-box. I'm going to be rooting hard for shoot-to-box here, but it's hard for me to just not be able to see Almabayev be defensively sound, see Jose's strikes coming, get his hands on this guy. Even though Jose Ochoa has great takedown defense, you know, mix it up. I think he'll be able to take Jose down. He might not be able to keep him down, but I think he'll be able to take him down, show cardio, show experience, show levels. Where Jose Ochoa is just coming out, to where against a really good wrestler like Almabayev, yeah, he has takedown defense, good takedown defense, but he hasn't really fought the right level of wrestler like Almabayev. And you throw these big winging shots, which if they land, it's going to be a problem. It just makes the takedowns even easier, and the level changes even easier at the time. I think Almabayev is going to fight a full mixed martial arts fight and find a decision. Charles Bullet Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm going to pick Charles Bullet Magomedov because you can't finish this guy. I'm going to go decision, though. You can't finish this guy. So the way you beat him is you have to push a heavy wrestling pace, or you have to be able to outpoint him, be much faster, stick and move like MVP did. I picked MVP. But Marc-Andre Barriault isn't faster. I don't care how hard you hit, you're not going to hurt this guy. Like, impossible to hurt. In the pocket, he's clean. He's super fast, throws kicks from all different angles at all different types of ranges. On the back, he's playing that back foot game, lateral, pop, 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 pop. And I think it's going to be too much for Marc-Andre Barriault to overcome. I had to pick Charles Bullet Magomedov. I know I kind of sped through that one and made it seem like it was just an easy pick and it was nothing. But, I mean, there's a clear way to beat Charles Bullet Magomedov. And MVP exposed it to the T. Be faster than this guy. Hands, in and out. Frustrate this guy. Make him miss. Charles Bullet has a lot of volume. Marc-Andre Barriault isn't that slick. He isn't slick at all. So I think Marc-Andre Barriault is going to take a beating for 15 minutes. Petr Yan versus Marcus McGhee. This is the biggest step up in competition I think we've ever seen in the UFC history since Matt Serra winning TUF and then fighting GSP. I have to pick Petr Yan. Now, the fact that this is a 3-round fight scares me a bit because we know Petr Yan he did a great job not fighting that way against Song, where he was active in the first round. Usually Petr Yan takes that first round off. Yeah, he's not going to take it completely off, but he'll just throw some things out there, just see how you react. Try to set up some feints later on in the fight, and then round 2, round 3, okay, let's put it on this guy, let's come forward. You know what I mean? But he showed in his Song Yadong fight where he's not going to do that anymore because he's kind of been getting the shit into the stick in a lot of these decisions, in a lot of these fights, to where he's kind of taking it to his opponent now off the gate. And I think this just clear levels. This is MMA's Picasso. This is MMA's Bob Ross. I mean, this is a true mixed martial artist. In the pocket, he's the best boxer in the bantamweight division. In the pocket, he's so clean. He's so tricky with his foot sweeps and his level changes. You know, throwing his head off the center line. 1, 2. Teep kicks in close. Nasty leg kicks. Grab the clinch. Big knee up the middle while Marcus McGhee is a great kickboxer. This ain't Gaston Bolaños. This ain't Jonathan Martinez. This is Petr Yan. And I think Marcus is going to look like he belongs fighting up in the division. But he's also going to look like he's on a level below Petr Yan. Big step up in competition. I got to pick Petr Yan, man. I do. Marcus got big power in the hands. Nasty boxing in his own right, but I see Petr Yan being faster. I see him being slicker. I see in his guard him being more defensively sound. I see him countering great. I see him mixing it up, fighting a full mixed martial arts. I mean, this guy's a great wrestler as well. He's taking down Figgy, you know, so I got to go Petr Yan. I did a full film study on this fight, okay, yesterday. Please go watch it. I mean, it'll open a lot of you guys' eyes if they aren't open already. I don't know how RDR wins this fight. And if he wins this fight, I'm just going to have to start picking him regardless. Like, just picking him just to pick him. You know, just picking him just because he's RDR, you know. And, you know, when DDP was coming up, it was like, damn, what's making this guy so good? But then you realize, okay, it's the power, it's the explosivity, it's the willingness to impose his will. It's him being able to tank shots and make you hesitant and then just pour it on you. Whereas RDR, I see a guy who he wants to grab the clinch, and when he gets his hands on you, it's sloppy, but it's effective, and he can't get you down, but he's not fast with his level changes. He's not fast on the hands. He has a good jab, really good low kicks, which could play an effect here because Robert Whittaker, heavy on that front leg. The leg kick's going to be there, but this guy's chin is in the air, and he's leaning back to avoid strikes, and Robert Whittaker's going to come in there, blitz, 1, 2, and while you're leaning away, I'm going to throw the high kick in there, and I think Robert Whittaker should put this guy away. RDR is big. He's tough. He's strong. I think Robert Whittaker should put this guy away. This isn't Khamzat Chimaev here. And Rainer de Ritter, he has a lot of pressure on top, but once he actually tries to hunt for a submission, his pressure becomes not as good, and now he's kind of forced the Darce choke here, where he's going to try to give you some leeway to try to sink some things in, but you could get up off this guy. You know, if he's going to hold you down, he's not really hunting to finish the fight. He's not really looking to finish the fight. It's once he starts looking to finish the fight, this guy fucks around and he ends up on bottom now. And now he's trying to throw up triangles and arm bars where you could just stand up and we can reset. I urge Robert Whittaker to move around. Do not play the clinch game with this guy. GM3 was up 2 rounds against this guy, but GM3 fought a bad game plan. He kept forcing the clinch, and he kept trying to wrestle with this guy, and he was dog tired. Right into the Ritter found, bro, the ending sequence to that GM3 fight, you could see he was done. GM3 gave up mount. He gave the arm choke. I'm done. Here you go. Well, Robert Whittaker's going to be moving, and he's going to double up the jab. He's not going to throw one jab. RDR, you throw one jab, he's going to try to lean back while his feet are still stationary, but Robert Whittaker's going to double up on the jab. And then once you turn, he's going to send the fucking right hand. I think Robert Whittaker should outclass this guy. And the fact that it's minus 175, I think is great odds. But it's just the power of the unknown with this guy, because I don't know what makes this guy good. I don't know what makes this guy win fights. I want to look at Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel doesn't really look like a fighter. He shut down. He kind of quit. See, Kevin Holland just ran in there at 185. Much better than Kevin Holland. Just got him out of there quick. But it's this performance here. He found the finish against GM3. Very, very impressive. But dude, GM3, he was up 2-0 and he was outclassing you in every aspect of MMA. I don't see how RDR wins this fight. That's all I got. Let me know who you picking in the main event. Let me know where you think I'm just completely off. Like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody. I want to know your picks as well. I read them. I read all comments. You ain't got to go home, so I got to get up out of here, man. Yay.